Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most terrifying horror villains of all time. These are the characters that have haunted our nightmares and sent shivers down our spines. From iconic slashers to supernatural entities, these villains have left an unforgettable mark on the horror genre. We'll be diving deep into their origins, their motivations, and the chilling methods they use to terrorize their victims. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and get ready for a terrifying ride through the world of horror's most iconic antagonists. He's the reason you're afraid to fall asleep. Freddy Krueger, the Springwood slasher, the bastard son of 100 maniacs. This is a villain who turned our safe space, the place where we rest our weary heads, into his own personal hunting ground. Freddy wasn't content with just killing you in the real world. No, he had to get creative. He'd toy with you in your dreams, twisting your deepest fears against you. And those claws, man, those goddamn claws, they were an extension of his cruelty, razor-sharp reminders that you weren't safe, not even in your own mind. But Freddy was more than just a monster. He was a symbol of our own darkest fears, of the things that lurk in the shadows of our subconscious. He reminded us that sometimes the monsters under the bed are real, and they're waiting for us to close our eyes. He may be gone now, but Freddy Krueger will forever be the king of our nightmares. He stalks the woods around Camp Crystal Lake, a hulking figure of vengeance, an unstoppable killing machine. Jason Voorhees, the hockey-masked monster, needs no introduction. Drowned as a boy, he came back, fueled by the rage of his mother's death, to punish those who dared to have fun where he could not. Jason is the embodiment of brute strength. He's a walking tank, shrugging off injuries that would cripple a normal man. Machetes, axes, even a goddamn harpoon gun. Nothing can keep this slasher down, and that mask, that blank, emotionless hockey mask, has become synonymous with slasher horror. It's a chilling reminder that behind it lies a being devoid of mercy, driven by a primal need for revenge. Jason Voorhees is a force of nature, a terrifying reminder that some wounds never heal and some sins can never be forgiven. He's pure, unadulterated evil, a blank slate onto which we project our deepest fears. Michael Myers, the Shape, is the boogeyman personified. He was just a boy when he first donned that chilling William Shatner mask and committed an unspeakable act. No motive, no remorse, just pure primal rage. Michael moves with an unsettling grace, like a predator stalking its prey. He's always watching, always waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And that mask, that emotionless, pale face, is a window into the abyss, a chilling reminder that some evils can't be explained, only feared. Michael Myers is the embodiment of our fear of the unknown, the terror that lurks in the shadows, the reminder that sometimes evil just is. Pennywise, the eater of worlds. He lurks in the sewers, a grinning monster wearing a clown's disguise. Pennywise, the dancing clown, is a being of pure malice, feeding on our fears and anxieties. He's a shapeshifter, taking on the form of our deepest fears to lure us into his grasp. He preys on the innocent, the children who are most vulnerable to his tricks and illusions. Pennywise is a master manipulator, playing with his victims like a cat with a mouse. He'll taunt you, torment you, and break you down before he devours your soul. And that smile, that goddamn smile, it's a grotesque parody of joy, a chilling reminder that behind the mask of amusement lies a creature of pure nightmare. Pennywise is a reminder that sometimes the things that scare us the most are the ones that hide in plain sight, disguised as something we think we can trust. Leatherface, the Saw, is family. Deep in the heart of Texas, a family of cannibals terrorizes unsuspecting travelers, and at the heart of this macabre clan is Leatherface, a hulking figure wearing a mask of human skin. Leatherface is the definition of brutal efficiency. He wields his chainsaw with terrifying power, turning his victims into meat for the family table. He's a tragic figure, driven to madness by his twisted family and forced to participate in their gruesome rituals. But there's a childlike innocence to Leatherface, a vulnerability that makes him even more unsettling. He's a victim of circumstance, a puppet dancing to the tune of his family's depravity. Leatherface is a reminder that family can be a source of both love and terror, and that sometimes the people closest to us are the ones we should fear the most. Chucky, the dollhouse of horrors. He's the stuff of childhood nightmares. A seemingly innocent doll possessed by the soul of a serial killer. Chucky, the lakeshore strangler, is proof that even the most harmless-looking toys can be deadly. Chucky's small stature is both his strength and his weakness. He can easily slip into unnoticed places, making him a master of surprise attacks. But it's his personality that truly makes him terrifying. He's foul-mouthed, sadistic, and relishes in the pain of others. He takes delight in toying with his victims, playing a twisted game of cat and mouse before he goes in for the kill. Chucky is a reminder that evil can come in the smallest packages, and that sometimes the things we think are meant to protect us can be the very things that harm us. He wants to teach you a lesson, even if it kills you. Jigsaw, the master manipulator, believes he's doing his victims a favor by testing their will to live. He's a twisted genius, setting elaborate traps designed to push his victims to their absolute limits. Jigsaw doesn't see himself as a murderer. He's a judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one, delivering his own twisted brand of justice. He preys on the weak, the addicted, the ungrateful, forcing them to confront their flaws in the most gruesome ways imaginable. Jigsaw is a reminder that everyone has a dark side, and that sometimes the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Ghostface, the voice on the phone. The call is coming from inside the house. Ghostface, the masked stalker, is a meta-horror icon. A villain who knows the rules of the genre and uses them to his advantage. He's a chameleon, changing his identity with each new installment, keeping his victims and the audience guessing. Ghostface is a master of suspense, toying with his victims before striking. That chilling voice on the other end of the phone asking, "What's your favorite scary movie?" is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. He's a commentary on our obsession with horror, a reminder that sometimes life imitates art in the most terrifying ways. Ghostface is a reminder that danger can come from anywhere, even from within our own social circles, and that sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones we should fear the most. The Babadook, a monster of grief. He emerges from the pages of a children's book, a manifestation of grief and despair. The Babadook is a creature of pure psychological horror, preying on our deepest fears and anxieties. He's a symbol of our inability to escape our past traumas, the darkness that lingers long after the tragedy has passed. The Babadook is a master manipulator, using our own guilt and sadness against us. He whispers doubts into our ears, feeding on our insecurities until we're consumed by darkness. He's a terrifying reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves, the ones that live inside our heads and refuse to let go. The Babadook is a reminder that grief can be a powerful force, capable of consuming us entirely if we let it. Samara Morgan, the Ring of Terror. She crawls out of your television, a vengeful spirit seeking retribution. Samara Morgan, the girl from the cursed videotape, is the embodiment of technological terror. Samara's story is a modern-day ghost story, a chilling reminder that our actions have consequences, even in the digital age. She's a tragic figure, a victim of abuse and neglect who met a gruesome end, but her methods are undeniably terrifying. That haunting image of her crawling out of the well, her long black hair obscuring her face, is enough to give anyone nightmares. Samara is a reminder that some wounds run deeper than flesh and bone, and that sometimes the things we try to bury have a way of coming back to haunt us. Prepare yourself for the ultimate showdown. In this thrilling chapter, the most terrifying horror villains from the previous chapters engage in an epic battle royale. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Pennywise, Leatherface, Chucky, Jigsaw, Ghostface, the Babadook and Samara Morgan all face off in a gruesome fight to the death. As the battle rages on, each villain uses their unique abilities and weapons to try and outlast the others. Freddy Krueger slashes through dreams. Jason Voorhees swings his machete with relentless force. Michael Myers stalks his prey with eerie silence, and Pennywise uses fear itself as his weapon. Leatherface revs up his chainsaw. Chucky brings his sinister doll-sized tricks. Jigsaw sets deadly traps. Ghostface uses his cunning and speed. The Babadook conjures psychological horrors, and Samara Morgan emerges from the shadows with her haunting presence. The clash is brutal and unrelenting, with no mercy shown. Blood spills, screams echo, and the tension is palpable. As the dust settles and the final villain stands tall amidst the carnage, the question remains, who will emerge victorious in this nightmare-fueled battle royale? Freddy Krueger emerges victorious thanks to his ability to invade dreams and manipulate reality. Stay tuned to find out more. The ultimate horror showdown has reached its climax. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this countdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling content. Let us know in the comments who your favorite horror villain is. What other horror icons would you like to see featured on the channel? Share your thoughts below and let's keep the horror conversation going. Until next time, stay spooky. And remember, sometimes the things that go bump in the night are best left undisturbed. Comment below on what absurd ideas you'd like AI to rank. Best comment chooses the next video.